And less than 300 kilometers from Paris, construction on what's been dubbed the Great Wall of Calais could start soon. The 4-meter high wall will run for about a kilometer on each side of the main road to the port of Calais, all to keep migrants from trying to cross the channel by jumping aboard trucks bound for Britain. CCTV's Kevin Ozebek has more from Brussels.
The French is going to pool money from a large $20 million plus US dollar payment the UK government gave the French government to boost security in the port city of Calais. And the Calais government wants to have this wall that will basically encompass much of the main road that leads into the port of Calais. The city of Calais is also home to what's known as the jungle. This is a refugee camp where the number of refugees living inside is rising. Some estimate the number there around 10,000 now. And it's very common for many of these refugees to try to hop on trucks moving through Calais that are destined to the UK. Now, the French government has offered many of the people living in this camp asylum, but these refugees simply don't want that. They have some sort of connection, some sort of tie to the UK government, and that's why they are in northern France. They really have their eyes set and their dreams set on reaching the UK. Well, the residents of Calais say they want to try to stop the flow of people trying to get into the UK. They hopefully, they want to see this camp eventually dismantled. They say as the number of refugees in the camp rises, so does crime in the city of Calais. Well, when it comes to the refugee crisis facing Europe, there's also news coming out of Austria. Austria's interior minister says he will threaten to sue Hungary if his neighbor doesn't take back refugees who've crossed the Hungarian border and made their way into Austria. The Interior Minister says that's simply EU law. Many of these refugees now in Austria are the responsibility of Hungary. Well, if you look at EU law, that really is not the case. According to EU law, a refugee, the responsibility of a refugee lies on the country in which that refugee first entered the EU. Most refugees are not making their way into Europe by landing directly in Hungary. They're making their way into Greece and then moving their way up north into Hungary and Austria. So this may be just a situation of all bark and no bite. Kevin Ozebek, CCTV, Brussels.